Otherwise, I think you'll lose people straight away. The young
It,
ones
it,
who you want.
as long as you explain it in a way that people can understand what the benefit is, I think they'll make the effort to learn. But the trick is today with what we're dealing with, as you know, the whole context of this conversation this morning on Laneway Talk about the use of social media, the resources that they use, and they can't concentrate for long periods of time. Because when I originally went to lessons, I've been to lessons most of my life, but when I went back, when we moved to Melbourne and I was playing with the Soldiers, I studied with Frank Corniola. And Frank wrote all of my steps down each week that I had to complete my task, and then I had to come back at the end of the week for the next lesson and have that task completed. I also think, don't just limit it to drummers. I mean, any musician can afford to get a better understanding of rhythms and how to play them, and how drummers see music in a completely different sense to how a melodic bass instrument would see it. But it still rhythmically has to have a matching point between a guitar player and a bass player and a drummer and a singer and a keyboard player.
Yeah.
All very different, but the rhythms you've got to understand what those rhythms are. And I've noticed in a lot of bands that I played in, when I start to talk, and you mentioned this yesterday in our discussion, when I start to talk about musical terms, music in musical terms, a lot of people either switch off or don't have the language to be able to communicate like that. You know, it goes blah, 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 blah. Or, I mean, there's specific terms